Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my amazing videos, and today this is my first video on my new No Man's Sky series. So if you like No Man's Sky and want to keep updated on this new series of mine, make sure to subscribe. Now let's get straight into the video. Now, a few rules for this little series of mine. I am not allowed any help from any players. I'm not allowed to visit any type of player made structures to benefit myself and get materials. I'm not allowed to use any type of glitches or cheats, and that's about it. But before I get into the VR gameplay, because this is going to be VR gameplay focused, I did hop on just the normal screen mode to give myself a bit of a start into the game itself. So here's a little recap of what happened. Now, I started the game ultimately like how everyone else starts the game. You find your broken down ship, you get in, learn all the basics, movement, all that type of stuff, and then hop in and explore the galaxy. Well, the reason I even got back into No Man's Sky is because I saw this new Corvette update, which really piqued my interest. It looked absolutely amazing from what I've seen people build so far. So I thought, okay, this is going to be a good reason to get back into No Man's Sky. So after I initially got my ship, I started exploring worlds because I like to go around trying to find buried scrap. But now you can find these big scrap packages or like big scrap modules buried in the ground, and you can mine them and they give you the Corvette parts. So this is what I used to make my first Corvette, the little boy. After me and the little boy started traveling the galaxy, we soon realized that we were pretty outmatched from both the hazardous planets and the enemies. We both realized we needed to upgrade the little boy. Don't get me wrong, it was a great first Corvette. It had the essentials, but it was just very ugly and didn't perform well in combat. So we had to do some grinding. I got myself a neat little pilgrim, hopped in, and just went planet to planet trying to find more salvage containers to start upgrading my Corvette, make it bigger, give it better shields, better weapons, and just overall better performance. After hours and hours of grinding, I was able to get my new Corvette, the Big Daddy. Now this big black beautiful machine had everything you ever asked for, with amazing shields and powerful laser guns. This thing was an absolute beast. I went around shooting down fleets and fleets and fleets of freighters to get lots and lots of contraband, selling it, and then making lots of units. Me and Big Daddy, we were getting units left, right, and center. We were absolutely destroying everything that faced us. We were a force to be reckoned with, and yes, we did wreck lots of forces, but we needed something. We needed somewhere to kind of call home. So I decided to go out and try and start just a little base, just a little place that I know I can go to and store materials, have a portal, and just have the very basic necessity of stuff. I eventually found this very calm moon, which I thought you know what, let's make this my base. And after very, very, very advanced wiring and placing of objects, I was able to finally call a place home. After that, I had absolutely no idea what I should be doing. I don't know where I should be going or what I should be trying to achieve, at least in this playthrough. I essentially decided I really do like the Big Daddy. It's a nice, big, black, beautiful machinery of awesome starship corvettes. But it wasn't as good as I thought it was. I was getting into a lot of fights and realizing it's not that good. So essentially, I came up with this new beast of a corvette called Big Mamba. And me and Big Mamba, this is the dream corvette. We had our base, we had our freighter, we had our fleet, and we had our corvettes. We had everything I needed. I was able to get myself an S-class reactor for my corvette, so then I could go to blue stellar galaxies and travel to planets to get higher rarity of materials, which I did. I decided to warp drive to this one galaxy, and then I hopped over to VR, and this is when my VR journey started for No Man's Sky. I was finally in VR, and I'm recording all of this on the PSVR 2, and words cannot describe how beautiful this game looks in VR. It is essentially mind-blowing. I remember my first time when I played the PSVR 1 version of this game, and I was still blown away, but the PSVR 2 and its updated graphics and its 4K resolution, this game is phenomenal on VR, and I could not express how beautiful everything feels and looks in this game. Now, sadly, my audio was absolutely doggy doo-doo, so I have to do a voice overlay, but we can still work with that. Now, first, the controls are pretty janky for people who are playing it for their first time. It does feel okay after a while. It isn't really my favorite type of, I guess, VR controls in a game where you have to actually manually move everything. Don't get me wrong, it's immersive, and that's what's really cool about it, but it's also very hard trying to, for example, when you're in the Minotaur or in the Pilgrim and you're driving around and you're trying to mine, it is quite an awkward feeling, but it is still very immersive, which I do very much appreciate in this type of game. But I think my entire favorite part about playing this in VR is being able to, go into your Corvette, control it, fly around, even though the controls are a bit wacky, being able to go into this Corvette, go into space and look around and interact with all the things in your Corvette, having your own home in space, and then being able to go outside of that Corvette and just fly around in space is the most coolest thing ever, and it's never been done in a VR game before. Now, just remember, No Man's Sky didn't actually start as a VR game. It started as a PlayStation PC game, and then they just decided to add VR to it, and they added VR to it, and it worked. It feels amazing in VR. It looks amazing in VR, which is very surprising because a lot of games don't feel as good as this in VR, especially for a massive game like No Man's Sky. After lots of grinding, lots of VR mechanical issues, lots of dying controllers and everything, I finally was able to build my full moon base in VR with the absolute every essential you need for this long-term playthrough that I plan on doing for this game. Now sadly, I didn't actually get a lot of footage, and most of my footage somehow got corrupted, which is very, very sad, but I didn't want to start over and pretend. So this is it. This is my base, and this is going to be the start of a new No Man's Sky series, which I'm very, very excited for. So if you are very excited for this No Man's Sky series, just like me, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and like the video. I do plan on posting a lot of No Man's Sky content and making a playlist for people who plan on actually watching the series. But once again, I'm going to say it again, thank you so much for watching my video, like always. Another amazing thing, this weekend is Pixel Expo, which is super exciting. I will be walking around the expo as a content creator. So Perth Convention Centre this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So if you'd like to come up and meet me, just come up and say hi to me. Follow me on all my socials. I got links on my socials, and yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you all in the next No Man's Sky video.